Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Bald and the Beautiful. I am MrsKevOnStage, and I'm joined by my husband, Kevin.
KevOnStage.
I said MrsKevOnStage, but I'm Melissa. That's Kevin, KevOnStage. We have that chick, Angel, also known as Angel, and Marcus ain't on the gram, even though he has a gram, and that's Marcus.
That's me.
That's him.
And we're here to do our weekly review show for Married at First Sight Season 11. I think it's the first time I've got that correct the first time around. Episode 4.
That's the first time you got it right now.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure that was the most seamless introduction I've done thus far. Episode 4 starts off with the couples at the end of the wedding night, and they are going into meeting their in-laws, and they have like that brunch,
The awkward brunch.
breakfast
Yeah.
type of situation.
You ain't good enough for my son or daughter, but good luck.
What's
Yeah.
your intentions?
Yes, those
You plan on getting married?
It's like,
Wait, before we go too deep, Marcus, Kev, what were the conversations that you had, my parents, Angel's parents, about? I feel like men have the conversations of what are your
what are your intentions
Thank you, ma'am.
with my daughter?
Can I marry your daughter? Are you going to be able to provide? Those are tough questions.
I actually did the ask thing, and Mel, Melissa's sister, was listening in. She was at y'all house when your parents bought the first house after they moved off base.
They bought one house together, just so we're all on the same page.
I went in there, and I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Marshall, I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. I know we know each other already, but I feel very formal. I would like to marry your daughter. And they were like, actually,
They were probably
They
cool.
weren't even really tripping. Melissa's dad was super cool. Her mom liked me. They were like, oh, okay, that's, we kind of thought that was coming. That was really it.
Because how long had y'all been together before you?
Probably almost 4 years.
Oh,
They were like, boy, what took you so long?
Yeah, they
Wasting
weren't.
our time.
I actually can't really remember the conversation. I remember how I felt about the conversation. I remember it was very short. They were like, we thought this was coming. Congratulations, you have our blessing. I came out of the room and Mel was like, you married? I'm little. And then I went and told Melissa, and that was it.
You didn't tell me right away.
Were you
I
nervous?
came when I went downstairs. I was nervous. I was nervous.
I didn't know. The proposal was a surprise to me.
I was
You
going to say,
right.
so
Yeah.
I asked your parents if I could marry you.
Yeah,
right.
he
I
didn't
did not
tell me
tell
that
you.
at
So I'm
all.
gonna propose
Oh,
next
maybe
week.
that's why Mel was doing that.
Yeah. Mel was eavesdropping on the whole conversation.
She was nosy self.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was right. I surprised you.
Yeah. Okay, Marcus.
So me and Angel, we've been dating what, 2.5 years?
No, 2 years.
Yeah, like 2 years. I didn't ask Angel's family anything.
You didn't?
No, because they don't know how to keep their mouth shut. They can't hold water.
He didn't
like,
ask nobody for about
They
nothing.
will talk, and because I knew somebody would be like, "Oh, I know you gonna be happy next weekend." It's like, and I knew something like that would have happened. But me and Angel, we already had a really good relationship, me and her family, so I knew they would be okay with
Got
it.
it.
They already.
So you were doing a private or a surprise proposal?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it
okay.
was because when we talked about that whole thing, I was like, "Do you want to in front of everybody, like at an event?" She was like, "No, absolutely not." So I was
Really,
like, "Oh, it's gonna be a
You wanted it
thing."
private?
Yeah, I did. Like, as much as I don't mind being in front of a bunch of people, for some reason, I was like, I don't know if I want that moment to be in front of a bunch of folks.
Gotcha.
It just felt.
Yeah, only people that knew were like my parents, and I don't even think my sister knew. I think my brother knew. But no, I didn't say anything to her family. Now, the conversation that people tried to have was at the wedding reception.
At the wedding
She
reception.
had two of her uncles that came up. Now, look, young man. I said, nah, I let them get their whole spiel out. I said, I understand what you're doing, but it's my first time meeting y'all.
Really?
I'm already good with Angel's mom, her aunts, and all her sisters. I said, but I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm already in. I said, I respect that, but we already here. Like, I don't know where this conversation's supposed to go. The whole intimidation factor ain't going to work with me.
It loses
It's
a
like,
lot of its luster.
Yeah.
after
When
the
it's
reception.
already done.
Yeah, when it's already
Now,
done,
look
it's
here,
just
young
like,
man. Look, I have never seen you before. Uncle who? I heard your name once or twice. I know they don't like you. Now look, like y'all can't. But no, like they understood. Angel's sister, mom, they already understood why I didn't. Like, no, I wasn't gonna ask y'all
That
tell
makes
y'all
sense.
anything.
You know they don't like you.
Right.
You almost didn't get invited. So I know
Come on.
I'm paying for the food you just ate, so you
That's
need to
kinda
pump
facts,
your
though.
brakes.
You paid for the wedding, Marcus?
Yeah, we.
Y'all paid?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
didn't want nobody to have any type of say so.
I'm with that. I understand.
They were
that.
trying. Our parents were trying to invite people. You need to invite. No, I ain't.
I was like, nah, they not eating none of the food that I'm paying for.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
fine.
be darned.
You know, my mama said there was some people that I know they treated me bad. Like, not in front of my parents. They were just rude to me. It was like, you know, they gave you a graduation present. I give it back. They not coming.
We didn't have that money.
We were young.
We were stupid young, and
And
we
we
had
broke.
ribs at our wedding reception. These ribs were the best thing.
They
Oh,
were
that's
good.
dope.
I'm
Ain't nothing
talking
wrong with it.
about. Melissa was like, "Man, ribs is a little bit for a reception." I was like,
See,
"But people
ribs.
like ribs."
That's money because
These things were flames.
I bet.
we went cheap. We said y'all eating pasta.
We had a
something
pasta bar.
filling.
That's the best way to go because pasta is long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are those gonna be gone now because of COVID?
Probably.
It's gonna have to be individual plates.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. We had a pasta bar. The only thing, my mother paid for my dress, which was a grip. And then, because I had it made. And then,
This girl brought slang from 1998.
A grip?
back. A grip? I ain't heard a
From
grip.
the wedding.
it was a grip. Yes. It costs a lot of money. And then, his parents put money towards the honeymoon.
Yeah.
But everything else,
Oh, we paid for the honeymoon. That's why we had to go to San Francisco.
Kev did. Wait, save those stories though for the honeymoon episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted
Sorry.
that part because they're meeting the things. I think it's a good idea to like know about y'all.
Yeah, we got some history on this. We know what we
Yeah,
talking
we know
about.
we
people.
talking about. We've been in this
Yeah.
thing for a minute. Okay, so then the episode goes into, of course, the couples as they're meeting their families, and I guess we'll go through the couples. I don't have a.
I just
heck of
want
a
to
ton.
say one thing
Okay.
about this show, this specific season. It never clicked as much as it did this season. It has to be so awkward. More awkward to go to bed with someone, no sex, that you are now married to, that you just met. That has to be more awkward than the actual wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
That was like, I was in there like,
Yeah.
Because
it would be
this
the
is
worst.
Literally all one day. They just met that morning,
And
now
now
they're laying
because
in the
the wedding,
same bed
there's
together.
people are everywhere. Like from your introduction, there's already your family and friends, the officiant.
Yeah.
It goes to the reception. This is actually the first time you're actually
Like one-on-one.
one-on-one. Like
Yeah.
even the
For an
conversation
extended period of
outside,
time, yeah.
people are over there.
Right.
But now you're in a hotel room. There's roses on the bed. You know what they're implying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
could see having a full-blown anxiety attack.
Oh my
I could
god!
see just being like,
I was
don't know
nervous
you.
the first time me and Melissa spent the night together, you know, in our wedding night, and I had known her for 4 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's a different level of intimacy
Sure.
that, you know, you have to have. And this is a straight, you're not drunk, finna have sex. Like, this ain't a one night stand. You
gotta
know what that's about.
Figure out what
Yeah.
who each other. Like we gotta have conversations.
This is complete
Oh, you
sober.
tired? I ain't gonna wake up next to no stranger.
Right.
I done did that enough times in my life.
They had to figure out what side of the bed, you know,
Yeah,
the
they
man,
sleep
like, I
on.
know I gotta sleep at the door in case we get murdered. I gotta die first.
Right.
I don't want, what if I like this side? It's
You
a
can't
lot.
do that. Okay, well, let's jump directly into Amelia Bennett because if you're talking about the awkwardness,
oh my goodness.
I don't think they have it though.
They're
not awkward.
Awkward
No,
would-
no.
They're awkward. They're weird people, but together,
Right.
They're
Yeah,
not
they
awkward.
wouldn't register awkward anyway. It's just
Maybe.
like that's so sexy.
When he put on that long
He had
nightgown
on-
dress.
No, he had on the what's his name, Ebenezer Scrooge pajamas.
Yes.
He had the
or
man moo-moo.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory,
Yes.
Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
the uncle
Oh,
that couldn't get out
the
the
grandpa.
bed. Yeah.
Uncle
Joe or George.
Grandpa Joe.
Mears.
Yeah.
Joe.
Grandpa Joe.
Yes, he had on that nightgown. And then she had on
She had
the
on
one
lumberjack,
piece.
The
one
yes.
piece.
They
The
had-
fact that they don't even acknowledge like this, they're just like, oh, I like that. I like that too.
That man woke up like, I can do this.
When he said that,
Listen, all I think is that more men should wear gowns to bed
Bruh.
because the fact that you can do that and put your arms in, it's the best
Why
thing
Is he
ever.
5? Are you
No.
5?
It's cold.
first of all, I'm not sitting like that. Second,
Right, there you go.
I'm
He
just gonna
can't
be,
even get in that position.
yeah, if I
You
am,
got tall people
He
problems.
gonna pull
put my
his
knees up
meniscus
to my
out.
chin. Who am I?
He was like, look what I can do. She was like, that's cool.
She regretted putting that onesie on when she saw what he could do.
Right. She was like, oh, man.
I needed to have the gown. Gowns are amazing for that very reason. I don't care. Bennett is onto
Y'all,
something.
look, don't nobody want me answering the door in no gown. I just got out of bed. Like I even walk different.
You would not.
If ain't
Your
nothing
children would
on
not
me.
respect you, Marcus.
No, they wouldn't.
Get up. What y'all doing?
I would be mad if they respected me. It's like, you ain't gonna roast me right now? What is wrong with you?
It
I got
was
on a
long.
gown.
It
It
was
was
long,
long.
and gowns don't
And
work with
baggy.
arm tattoos. Like to have an arm tattoo coming out of your nightgown just does not.
The
doesn't-
tribal is not as intimidating.
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
And it was peach too.
Yes. Oh, he was so happy about when it kept going. He was shaking it out of the bag. I was like, how
Man, I was
long
like, he
is
brought
this
his own
thing?
sheets.
I thought they were sheets too. Oh, I love them. I think
Yeah,
the one of their biggest problems, and they've kind of already alluded to it, is the residency thing. I think if
Yeah.
she does get a job anywhere outside of New Orleans,
Yeah,
That's
'cause
gonna be their biggest
How
issue.
controlled does he want to be?
yeah.
No, I think their biggest problem is his family.
Why?
Like, I just thought the sister feeling the need to be like, he doesn't want to have
Oh, yeah,
kids.
she
That's
sure
really
did.
important to him.
A lot of the families were like making their feelings known.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want it to go smooth.
But I did
Yeah.
feel like Kev was like, that's the stupidest thing, but I thought it was really sweet. When Amelia's brother was like, she's like a ring pop.
It was disgusting. Go ahead. It was the most disgusting analogy. Go ahead.
I thought it was so sweet.
I rolled my eyes so hard they fell out my head.
And I was in the back like, oh.
He's like, it's a ring
Like a
pop, but when you
diamond.
lick it, you realize it's a real diamond. I was like, why are you referring to your sister as
Yeah.
anything that can be lit?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
disgusting.
Like all of
Okay.
you all have licked this ring pop.
right.
This is okay, you guys. This was my take on the analogy.
is very emotional right
that
now,
I felt
though.
like was so sweet. I was like, I want someone to describe me this way, okay? Because what I felt like he was saying is she's like fun and she's colorful, and you think she's like flimsy and just like
You
kind
put
of
words
a
in his
free
mouth.
spirit. And then you realize, oh my God, there's something so much like deeper and more substantial to this than what I originally thought.
That
I
would have
don't-
been
he
great
didn't
if he
even
would have
say
said
all that.
that.
If he
You
said
put
that,
that,
we
you
would have
said
all
all
been
that.
like,
But that was the
"Aw."
message behind the
No,
analogy.
girl, you don't know that.
He said you
was
put a
the-
piece of candy in the mouth, it's actually a dime.
Right. That's what he
Liquor.
said.
Surprise.
Liquor. It's not going to taste good.
Trust me.
It's valuable, but she ain't going to taste
I
good.
wrote a whole poem
I know.
about what it is. Ain't nobody
Yes.
said all
He
that.
He
didn't.
said that.
He did not. You said that.
That's what he meant to say.
You don't know that.
He
You
didn't.
That
don't
was
know
the
that.
interpretation.
Her mom made me crack up. She was like, we don't see red flags.
She sure did. She sure did.
I said, oh, no.
Ma'am, you got to
Yeah.
fix your glasses. You need to be able to see the red.
That's
She's
them
like, I don't see
families. Oh my God. And I think they're related.
they
The
could be
families-
first cousins and not even
The families
realize.
too. Like there's two groups, two sides of the family is like mama didn't tell nobody about, granddaddy didn't tell nobody.
They
They
might
are
be.
related. There's
They
no
better
way.
not be.
They need
They
your
probably
would be
ancestry
like,
DNA.
That's why we're so close.
There is no way that two people
Put it in my butt.
because it's not even like they're not even like a puzzle piece. It's like they are
They're-
one.
They are
the same person.
if you told me this is just a show about married people, you know, that have been together for a long time, I would totally buy it with him
Yeah.
and Amelia.
They
They
are
don't.
so comfortable
Yeah.
together.
When they were sitting at the table after they both
And it
met each
works.
other's parents, they both had their foot in the chair,
Yeah.
just
In the
like
same
each
position,
other.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, bless
Like
their
they're
hearts.
siblings
I
that are meant to be together.
I need you guys to make it into forever. Like, they are my highest ranking couple. I just really need them to make it into
Because anything, even the residency, I think he's just gonna fall into it.
He
Like,
gonna do whatever.
I don't like
Yeah.
it, but all right.
Why
whatever.
wouldn't he go? What is he? What is he holding on
to?
What is he holding on
That little
to?
bike
Oh, he got all his
The-
jobs.
With being an architect, landscape assistant.
That one too.
Did you remember that?
That's what he said. I was like, oh,
Landscape
architect assistant. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you just rolled
Yeah,
off.
all you do is dump the grass.
No, he ain't doing nothing.
He's not.
New Orleans, how much grass they got? There's a lot of concrete and swamps.
That's true, actually. That's putting one and one together. Somebody lying.
Yeah.
Okay, next couple. Are we done with them?
Yeah,
you
man.
could never be done with them. But yeah, let's move on.
Okay, next. I have Olivia and Brett next.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
really don't have anything to say.
One thing that was really interesting though, when he was talking to the family, they're like, "Are you a Christian?" He was like, "No,
I appreciated that.
I'm agnostic. I respect these values and those, but this is what I feel." And the dad was like, "I respect an honest man. You ain't got to agree with me, but just be honest, and I like him." And I was like, "Well, okay."
I respected him for it too.
I didn't know how to take it. I was like, I didn't know if they were just like if they were truly moved by it.
Right.
Because, black Christians would be like, what?
Yes.
That'd have been the
Well,
end
I
of the
was
world.
so shocked that the experts would put
An agnostic person.
with a Christian, especially if that value is really holds high for her family.
I
Right.
agree.
I was like, how they dropped the ball on this? He's already the prick of the episode of
sure
the
is.
season.
Yeah.
And then you find out that, like, religiously, especially if it's important to the family,
Absolutely.
they don't line up. I was like,
I was surprised.
I was too.
they
put
set
that-
her up for failure.
They did. And even long term, I mean, it sounded like he was okay raising their kids, with those type of Christian morals and values, but that could be a source of contention.
for sure.
As
absolutely.
an adult, you can
For
believe what
shizzle.
you want. But when we raise our kids, there's going to be a certain way that you're going to want to
Right.
raise them, and that can be.
Did you just say for shizzle?
I stopped.
Wait a
I
minute.
missed it.
Double down.
He said,
He could have stopped.
I said for shiggity, then for shizzle.
oh, okay. You were like, I'm going to take you back
Yeah,
to the
you
90s.
were.
too.
Grip. I was like, man, for shizzle, bring that back.
It's because we just watched the Snoop versus
that
a couple weeks ago.
And you just into it. But go ahead. Sorry, Melissa.
No,
Chad, I
this is-
forgot. My point is that could really be a source of contention for them
Yeah.
to have put them together and not have
I mean-
long-term thought about that.
For me, like when it came to like priorities and finding a mate, like religion was like, I think like number 3
Yeah.
for me. So I know some people that's not a big
They
deal. Like
excited about-
politics
she's
is
excited about
more.
cats. You
So
can't
maybe
take
that
That's
it.
took up
true.
the space.
Bro, the
maybe.
doggone cats are the most important thing to them.
Yeah,
And she
cats
did say that
seafood.
was a
No, cats
non-negotiable.
and tacos or seafood.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne and
If
not
you don't
putting
like
luggage
Lil
on
Wayne,
the
it's
Oh
gonna
my,
be-
her Lil
it's
Wayne
rap.
thing is weird.
You think so?
I miss it every
It's
time
like
I hear her talk about
it's
it.
a fetishizing the blacks. I'd be like, girl, all right, you like Lil Wayne.
She think he's tight.
Take
I'm
it
here
back.
for it. I'm here for the throwbacks. Man. Anything else you guys want to add about
Nah, man.
Olivia Brett?
Nah, they just not gonna make it. They just need to walk
They're
out.
so-
walk
I'm
away.
I'm
They
gonna
don't
be
get a lot of
interested to
screen time to me.
No,
I'd
they
be
don't.
like,
Yeah.
Because they're probably very boring. They do all these high fives, and I'm like, that lets me know they're not going to make it.
They're
like-
not gonna make
like,
it.
how many married couples do you
No,
see
they're
just
not
high
gonna
fiving
make
all
it.
the time?
All
all
Like,
the time.
she's
A
like,
victory, we all about it.
yeah.
That and then the
Yeah, no,
Right.
we got a whole
what side of the bed
handshake.
do you sleep on? The left? Great. I sleep on the right.
Bad.
It's so forced.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary celebration.
Who we going to next?
All right, Christina and Henry.
Okay.
Yeah. Now.
I don't think I can feel any more awkward for two people that I am not in the room with.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they I don't know if I'm like, are they editing more time in?
That's
Probably.
I think they are.
They
Yeah.
have to be.
It be so long.
And then they add the music, and it's
Yeah.
like the Jeopardy timing music because
Yes.
it's just weird.
And he be seeming to not be aware of how weird it is, and her face be like,
Right.
Because how
say
could they-
like
something.
I know.
Yeah.
Say something.
How could she have all those awkward moments and then come to her confessional? It's like, yeah, it's going really great.
yeah.
know
it's
his
not.
name. She knows his
I
name.
said the
now.
exact same
Melissa
thing.
said that exact
the exact same thing.
verbatim.
It's going good with Henry. Oh, you know his name now too?
I
Like
Yeah.
still don't forgive her for that.
that, she said Luke. What is his name?
And her auntie was trying to like hint when they were at the dinner. She was like, communication's her love language.
Yeah.
So
Like,
Oh,
and
she was
she's not
texting on the
getting
side.
any-
yes,
Yeah.
right, because you say stuff like,
He'd be like,
"Where
this,
have you
Luke.
traveled to?"
Oh,
He said that
Hold
would
on,
be
hold on. She
funny.
was like,
I love,
Paris?
she was like, I love South America. He was like, Virginia's a nice state.
Northern Virginia.
North Virginia.
He
I've
hasn't-
never heard anyone
he
on
hasn't,
earth.
he hasn't left the zip code.
No.
Like, he's like,
That man said, "Man, I've been trying to get up to Northern Virginia for for a while."
they got great trees.
I said,
Maple.
"Who? Whoever want?" She's talking about She said vacation.
Yeah.
Then that's
People
his-
don't.
He's gone to the DMV.
Yeah.
Bruh.
He's going to the closest Walmart. That's where he's going to.
No, you took the. She meant DMV like Maryland, Virginia,
Oh.
Delaware, and he's like, nah, Walmart. That's
Walmart.
it.
Listen,
He's not even
I
going to
was
the
like,
DMV.
bruh, you gotta we're talking about dream stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
Like Costa
No.
Rica. She said Costa Rica.
Yeah.
You
She's
can't
talking
say-
about just regular vacation. For him, it would be dream stuff because she's just
Oh,
like,
that is true. She's a
throwing
flight
them out
attendant.
like, hey, I like to travel. I like to see other cultures. I like to hear other languages. Sunset on a different hemisphere. He's like, up the streets fine.
He's like Alexandria,
Right.
Potomac Mills Mall.
Yes.
I want to go to a museum. Not even
Dollywood.
Washington D.C.
No.
Like he didn't want to
Yeah.
go. Hey, I want to see the mine. No, Northern
no.
Virginia,
And what's so bad?
Arlington.
What's
Right.
I'm looking back I'm thinking of the fact that she's watching this in real time as well. And she's like, his friends really like me.
Yeah.
Girl, are you cannot be that
Yeah.
I think she
unaware.
is.
I don't think she knew.
I don't
think
either.
You don't think so?
She
No.
comes
No.
from abused relationships. This is great for her.
It's great. But no, the reason why I don't think she realized is because most people aren't that bold to be that nasty to you
Oh, that's
on your
true.
wedding day. So she's thinking all this like trying to get to be up in my business is you all really wanting to
Yes.
get to
That's
know
true
me.
because we're seeing the talking heads. She wouldn't have seen that.
Right.
No.
Right,
And that's
right,
where they really was like,
Exactly.
I don't respect the marriage, the relationship.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit fake in there.
They were, and not just that. I'm still mad at Christina, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. And the reason
too.
why is because she has mean girl energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when one of the questions was, "What's the most fascinating thing that you've learned or you like about Henry?" and she was like, "His friends."
Yeah. His friends.
Well, hell, his friends said that. His friends
That's
actually.
true. That is
It's
true.
like, yeah, he's boring. We're his life.
That is true.
That is true.
We got together because he wasn't
But-
about
right.
nothing. Like
That is true.
And he's like, oh, jeez.
I know.
his.
yeah. I don't know if they're ever gonna address like what's making him so awkward.
No, I don't think so.
They
just
have
gonna-
to. I think she gonna say something.
It
Well,
has to come up.
It's
as
gonna
an
come up
issue.
in a conversation.
If they
Right.
don't bring it up, the dad who was on these roasting jokes will eventually.
he is.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know we wear the color of blue in April. He's autistic. Like, just go ahead and say it.
Yeah,
Like
If that's what it is.
because the dad is going in on him, so it's
I
just
don't like him for that.
The dad?
No, his
the dad is.
It's
Yeah, I don't
enough.
like him
He's
for
changing
that.
the room.
He is
Yeah.
trying to go on tour.
He thinks he's
He
funny.
he's not funny though.
Nah.
He's trying to get discovered off the show.
Yeah, he couldn't do the Kev on Stage social distancing comedy show on Friday, August 14th. He wouldn't get
He
booked.
wouldn't be able to get booked.
It's only $12.
$12.
Promo
Only
code
$12.
Kev. I couldn't book him. I would never do it.
Yeah.
I
Make sure you
think
get your ticket before.
because you ain't gonna be able to see it afterwards. I
24
think,
hours. No,
I
sorry,
think
Rick.
the dad thinks this is all a joke. I think he knows this
Maybe
is
that's
not.
what it is.
That's
this is
That is probably
That
what
is
it is.
probably what it is.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
like-
just a little fun experiment thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
These
'cause
people
y'all
are
ain't gonna make it.
legit married legally, and
Yeah.
his dad is like, he pees in the bed.
Yeah.
He's got to go. I want them to cut his mic off. Do not have him on the show no more. Cut his mic off. And even Christina's like, I like him. He's so funny. No,
His
ma'am.
dad's so
That's
awesome.
disrespectful.
No, he's not.
He's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm over him.
She-
Okay.
I think they have to coach her off camera. Like,
Oh.
because there's no way for her to be who she is and then come on camera and be like, yeah, everything's great.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Oh, the other thing, real quick, before we move off of them, I found it strange that he was more talkative with her mom and
Yeah.
grandmother and aunt
Auntie.
than he
Yes.
has.
He
Than at
was.
least what they've shown us of him talking to
Yeah,
her.
he
He
was.
don't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
I think he is so. I literally was watching, thinking like,
He's like,
I don't think he gets a chance to get married without this show.
he's doing
Yeah,
this.
Maybe not.
He's
Yeah.
playing with the sheets and like
Marcus, Melissa said this.
Oh.
He was with the rose petal,
It was
and his eye
so-
contact. He don't be making eye
He
contact.
doesn't. He has
He's
a real
like,
hard problem
That
with that.
it was uncomfortable to watch how uncomfortable they were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable.
I
like,
was
ooh,
too. It was so
Go to the bathroom. I can't.
and
do
it's like,
this.
why would it be so thick and like tense when you guys don't know each other? But it's
Right.
literally that like, I don't know what to do. She doesn't know what to do. Should I ask
Yeah.
a question? I won't ask a question.
Yeah.
I'll just fiddle with this.
Right.
It was just weird.
Fiddle faddle.
Very, very awkward. Next couple, Miles and Karen.
Yeah.
I just want to say this
He Russell
because
Wilson.
he is. As two couples raising boys, I aspire to raise a son that can sit across from his in-laws and they ask about him and he's able to say confidently, I know I'm a great guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
thought that was such a powerful moment.
Yeah, he
You know,
needed
I'm
that
using
because-
powerful because those are the type of words that I use, and it wasn't that dramatic. But to be able, when they're asking like, "What are you gonna do?" and da da da, and our wife is this, and she's a good great, and okay, I mean, I'm sure
Heard
she's a
all
great
that.
catch, and I'm sure she is wonderful. But also, let's be clear
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
also a
I'm
really
real
great
too.
guy.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I thought that was
his
really
mama
great.
His mama needed to hear
I think
that,
she
and she
needed
needed that to
her
be
mama,
said to her.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
her
her
mama.
I think that's the thing that won her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Because
first
the
of
whole
all,
it's the assumption that he's
Right,
trash, and
right.
he's like, oh, actually, I'm actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing is his mom was like, and if you don't like him and you can't do
Just
it,
bring him on
back. I was
back.
like, why would you
And
say
I'll pick
that?
up the pieces. It's
That is
like-
a weird thing.
But that
Yeah.
tells you some of his history.
Yeah.
yeah, oh, for sure.
Like that
Uh-huh.
was not some. It tells you a lot about him and
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
history.
it does.
Bring him
actually.
on back.
Like,
He'll
sounds like
sleep in my bed.
It sounds like his mama's been an influence and I feel like a obstacle.
Well, the
in his
dad
past
said
relationship.
that he's
She
a
did.
mama's boy and that
Yeah.
they need to stop talking every day. She said, send him back. He said, send him back to his wife. Y'all
did.
need
Yeah.
to be talking every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they married? Miles' parents?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
They
Yeah,
don't
it's hard
really
to
have
tell.
any interactions of married people.
They don't, but
The
it's
parents.
also not the tense divorce.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what was confusing me. I'm like, I mean, that's not to say people can't be amicably.
Like, cause my mother's
'cause
like that with
divorce.
my sister's dad. They are not married, but they are good, like very good friends. Like you would not feel any type of tension between
That's
them at all.
I feel like their interactions aren't married people, but very good. We weren't supposed to be together. We understand that now,
Right.
and we've
Yeah.
been able to
'Cause
move on in a
they'll-
very healthy
yeah.
fashion.
They'll have completely different point of views, and when I notice when she starts talking, he's just like,
Yes, which make me think y'all ain't together.
Nah, or they've been together for a long
can't wait to get back to
time.
my best friend. Like,
One of the two.
But yeah, no, I'm glad that Miles finally won over the mom.
mama, me too.
Yeah, because it was just like
it was
man,
unnecessary for one.
It was a
It's
hard
like-
road. It was a
Yeah.
while. She kept
It
reminding
was
me like,
24 hours.
let me just let you know.
Oh, the mom to Karen.
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess it really wasn't that long.
No.
For
So I guess every
Miles-
time it took, she had the chance. She told him,
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna work.
But she said I could tell right away. I was like, Mama, you lying.
I know.
He,
Yeah.
She did
he
lie.
just run
Yeah.
you over right now in this
yeah, just
conversation.
in this segment.
I wonder what the conversation is going to be like with Karen's dad, who didn't want to be on
the
camera.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the
what was
real
that
one.
about?
He's the real one. Like,
You know,
he's like, let me tell you something.
Black people, we be skeptical about stuff. I don't
All
want to
the
be
time.
on no camera.
I
I
ain't
don't want
signing no
to.
contract. Yeah.
doing that.
yeah.
The other thing about Karen and Miles is I'm starting to question Karen's commitment. And I'm trying to give her the
What?
benefit of the
Just now?
doubt. I know, I'm going to tell you why. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, okay? Because it was a long day and she was tired, but she didn't seem engaged.
She
No, no,
slept
no.
in that
Yeah.
wedding
At all.
dress just so he don't have to zip it down.
Yes.
Seemed very and even when Amani and Woody came and like crashed
Yeah,
their roof,
that's what
that
I
was
wanna
a
talk
moment
about.
of
I know, I was like, all right,
where
black people, black people.
where
So-
this, and she was just in there like
yeah, didn't get up.
She was like, I'm tired, girl. We all tired. one.
Exactly.
Two, she never got out of the bed.
she never got out of the bed.
She didn't really
Although
move.
wedding dresses are pretty, I couldn't imagine how uncomfortable
They're
that would be. to
so
sleep in.
uncomfortable.
I couldn't imagine.
Angel,
I was really
Liz.
not.
You know,
Cam.
nobody want to just sleep in a wedding dress. It's hard to walk in. Everything is
Everything.
hard.
Yeah.
So you know you don't want to
So
sleep. And she was
the
like, I'd rather
homegirl
do it.
came in with Woody or whatever. They hugged and she was just like in the bed. The three of them are up talking, which I thought was a little weird. The fact that everybody just got married y'all in y'all's room and came down to
Oh,
meet
I
them.
thought it was so sweet.
It was a little
That's a
odd.
love
I
something
thought
like
it was.
that.
I thought it was nice, just because they are going through something together.
Together,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
not just like a regular.
Yeah, and they all
marriage.
in the same goddamn room, I guess. But yeah, she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna sleep with low energy, so I ain't gotta give him no energy. That's how it comes off to me.
That's how it came off to me too.
That
That
shit-
is,
I
and
just
then
don't
he
think she's feeling
laid at her foot, rubbed her feet, and she was
he
like,
fell
"Yeah,
asleep at the
peasant
foot
boy."
of the bed with his head on.
Yeah.
with his
doing?
hand on his feet. Yeah.
That makes me
He's doing
sad.
everything he can.
Yeah, he really wants this. He's like, she's beautiful, and if they think that we're a good match, this is going to work.
Right.
There's like
Yeah.
nothing in his head that's saying this should.
isn't
Yeah,
work,
this
right.
is. And for her, I think because she got to see him ahead
Yep,
of time and
yep,
all that other stuff.
yep.
Like literally, this is all still the same day from her talking about seeing the
Fact.
the
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the
Fact.
Yeah,
picture.
it's all the same
Day.
It's all this to the
Wait, that
Woody
wasn't
and
the
them-
night before.
No,
No,
they were
she
in,
got the
they were in
text
the
that
bridal
night.
suite
They
getting
were
her
in the
hair,
bridal suite getting
doing her hair and makeup.
Show enough.
And she was going through the gram.
The
She-
night before
she got
she
the-
was,
yeah,
but
she got
the
the-
Oh,
Talking
okay.
to
I
the
see what you're saying.
but
producers.
talking to the producer.
Got it. That's
Right.
a long day.
Yes,
a
it's a
long
long
day.
day.
Yeah.
So like her energy hasn't had a chance to shift. So she probably is like, oh, still in the place of this
Yeah.
is the dumbest thing I could have
Her
ever
talking
done.
heads always give off that she's having more fun or a better time with him than her act than the.
So when do they do the talking head?
So
was it
we did
after
an
everything?
ASCO, and the makeup artist, she was a makeup artist. She said they do them in real time.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I think she was
Sometimes
aware.
you can tell by their outfits though, because they're not always in real time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she was aware early on that this will be seen by him. And I think that's what changed her tone. Truly. Because, like, after that whole thing in the closet and the stuff that she said and realizing my mic was still on.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I better, if there's a chance that this might, and even if there's not a chance, I don't think she's a mean person.
Right.
This
That's
is
just
not,
not
she
her
doesn't
type.
want for
It's
him
that
to look
simple.
back and it to
Yeah.
be, I talk cash crazy
Yeah.
about
Right,
this.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's what it
all,
seemed
that
like.
reluctance is still coming through because she's just
It
like,
is.
It is.
Reluctant
Again,
is
that is
what,
a great
it
word.
should say reluctant under her little lower
Yes.
third.
Miss
Yeah.
Reluctant.
It should say misreluctant.
like I said, it's not. Like I said last episode, it's not her fault that she's not attracted to him.
Yeah.
It's not.
But she is. I mean, it seems like she's kind of trying, but it's
It's fine.
She struggled this episode is what I'll say. I think reluctance is a really good word, but I definitely think she struggled to like make those connections. And so I was a little disappointed, me myself personally, because I did feel like when Amani and Woody came in, it could have been an opportunity to like, okay, girl,
Liven
get it
up,
together.
yeah.
You know?
But yeah, she was just sitting in the after of, I literally
Yeah,
just
that's
got
a good point.
married.
Yeah,
And this
that's
is,
true.
I'm glad that they're excited.
Sure.
But I am probably contemplating this might have been the
Right,
biggest
right.
mistake of my life.
Right. I
Yeah.
think that's a good fact. A good point.
Yeah.
Fair. And I feel like seeing it ruins the whole
Oh, it
game
does.
of the thing. Like
Yeah.
seeing that person, I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Ahead of
it
time.
could
She's
have
done
been
all her
anyone.
research. She was like, I'm probably
Yeah.
on there for hours.
Yeah,
Like, who's this dude?
The
Who's
whole
this dude? Who's
thing
his
is
friends?
like, yeah, I can't
And
imagine you like
if she got friends like my friends, she's scrolling, they're scrolling, and then we have a
Yes.
whole group chat
Yeah.
with
Of
just
course.
screenshots
Y'all done
and
put
then
down
After
his
that,
social
she's
security
still
Absolutely.
getting information from them. Like,
absolutely. This where he worked. This his
They
ex
still coming in.
girlfriend. Everything they know is
scrolling
social.
all the way down. Look how dumb he was in high school.
That's
Oh, dumb
exactly
face.
right. That's exactly right.
Like he got beat up.
Yes,
I thought it was
Sure
sweet
enough.
that he asked for her phone number.
I did too.
I did think it
and when
was
she
sweet.
said no at first, I was like, she means that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, she not staying. Miles, she not staying.
But I don't. Listen.
No, it's not.
I feel like of the couples, them two start to break down first, and Christina and Henry, and then Brennan or
Brett and Olivia.
Brett and Olivia, and then
Woody and
Woody and Amani. I feel like have a good shot, and I feel like I'll be surprised if Bennett and Amelia have anything outside of the doctor stuff.
Yeah.
Any like internal conflict,
Yeah.
not like
I hope they make
circumstantial
it.
creative.
I think the biggest telltale will be what happens on the honeymoon with Karen and Miles. How she's able to like overcome and reset and like
Yeah, once she gets some rest, because she's been sleepy a
Yeah,
long
that's
time.
true.
Enough.
I
She's
mean,
been sleepy
Ain't no,
a
you
long
are-
time.
I'm gonna give her the grace. I think these are great points. I'm gonna give her the grace.
I ain't giving her nothing.
Hello.
the grace, the hell.
They all. It's
Hello.
not like she did more than everybody else.
True, but she does
cried.
have the.
That crying might be it though.
that-
Crying
that
makes you
might
tired.
exhaust her.
Crying does make you tired, child. This
Oh, I
mother-
don't like to cry.
Me
That's it. It don't make me
either.
feel good. I be
Yeah.
feeling
Me
exhausted.
Oh, but you want
Either.
me to cry about my emotions?
You
Oh,
need to.
absolutely.
Come on,
Yeah,
get
you
it
do.
out.
Yes.
So
No, this
You
is.
see how quick they were
We
like,
can change the episode. Do you guys want to like?
let's talk about
you guys want to release? You guys want
tapping into your emotions.
Yeah.
Well, it all
Therapist isn't
started-
working. We can. Yeah. Cross your legs. Let's talk.
Let's talk. The one little like sweet spot that I feel like Karen did give me was when they finally made it to the honeymoon, and she was like, "No, I want you to sleep on top of the covers with
Oh,
me."
she did.
And I was like, "Oh," because at first I thought she was saying she was going to sleep on top of the covers so that they
So did
couldn't connect.
Yes, so did I.
And he was like, "Well, I'll sleep under the covers." And she was like, "No, I want you to sleep
Yeah,
on
that's
top
true.
of the covers." And I was like,
You gonna be
"Okay."
cold
I know. She
said it was hot though.
Oh,
That's
okay.
said she was
yeah.
hot.
So that I was like, okay,
Because they're in
goodness.
Mexico.
Cancun.
They already there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they traveled there all together.
Did
You
you
didn't
fall
finish
asleep?
the episode.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you missed it.
I did.
You missed so much happen. Explosions.
Noise and explosions. Okay, next couple. Listen, we're running through these. Okay, last couple. Amani and Woody.
Woody,
Did we talk about? We haven't yet.
we
right?
haven't.
Obviously when his mama was talking about I
got
seen
the
the devil
devil
in him. I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
She's gonna have to choose her words better.
Well, now the grandmother was trying to come off like
was.
he was like a saint, couldn't do no
That's
wrong.
true.
And mom was
That's
like, "Let me
grandmama.
tell you something."
She sure
first of
did.
all.
She was like, first
Let
of
me
all,
tell
I'm
you
his
what you
mother.
might be getting into, homie.
She
I'm
did.
gonna sit here and lie about this boy. I
She
raised
sure
this
did.
boy.
That's such a
right.
like. She didn't say he has a slight temper.
Nah.
Sometimes he be tripping. I seen the devil come out of that boy. Okay,
Nah.
the who?
Right.
Lucy.
Yeah, it's only one. Yeah, Lucy.
Lucifer,
It's only
nah.
one we know of.
If you ever
And
call
she was-
Lucifer Lucy,
And Amani was like, "Let me tell you what ain't finna happen. You ain't
I
finna go
was
crazy on me."
completely here
I
for
love
her.
Her voice wasn't even
Immediately-
raspy when
no,
she said that.
she was
She had
like-
full voice when she
Yeah.
said
Her
that.
voice
What are you
is a
gonna
little
do
ashy.
when I'm gonna let him have his break, and then I'm gonna let him know how I need to be talking.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I was definitely like,
Me?
what are you going to do to calm him down? First and foremost, not my responsibility.
Right.
100%. I was completely
Yeah.
here for her establishing that
Yeah.
boundary. That's not my job. Self-regulation, that's on him. Okay,
Yeah, come on.
And I have no problem letting him know that's not how you're going to be talking to me.
Come on.
Yes, Amani.
I
yes.
was here for that.
Yeah,
I was here
snapping.
for it.
that
I
lets you
was.
know it's you can see a maturity difference between the two. I honestly think I've seen it twice this episode. She gets annoyed with him.
Amani gets annoyed with
Yes,
Woody.
yes.
Wait, give me an example. I don't remember.
They were sitting in the room together, and I think they had just changed. I can't remember what he said or what he was doing, but she was just like, "Come on, like for real." Like I saw it twice, and I was just like, "It's just been a day." He's gonna end up getting on her last nerve.
I can believe
And you
that.
can already
When
see
he was
she's
smacking,
not
she was annoyed.
The smacking
Yeah.
thing too.
Ah, you right.
And they said,
I hate smacking too.
Yeah,
So
and
do
he was like,
I.
"I usually don't smack." Yes, you do. You have to
All your
change
friends
that.
said it. My brother smacks. I'd be like, I'm not even hungry no more.
No.
You eat like that, I just be like, man,
Yeah.
never mind.
And even in that moment, she was like, "Hold on, what? Like record scratch? What
Yeah.
are you
what
doing right now?"
She's like, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, she's not. She's not here for the games, and I feel like he still plays a lot of games. I still feel like he's very impulsive.
Well, the other thing, going back to your impulsivity, is his mom and him he said he cheated.
He did. When
he
he
said
was
they both
talking,
cheated. He said we both cheated.
He did say we both
Yeah.
cheated. But listen, I don't know if I subscribe to once a cheater, always a cheater.
Nah.
But that is a red flag, though.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
why you say no like it?
I cheated on girls in the past. They cheated on me.
You
He's
cheated,
like,
Marcus?
Yeah.
not on I.
Not on
Not
her.
pull up the
He
couch.
said not on her.
Yeah,
Look, I heard it over here. Yeah, no. When you said I don't believe in once, always
I
a cheat once. He said no.
Nah.
And I literally watch Angel say,
I can
I'm going to
think of one
respond to
person-
Melissa.
I can think of one
But the
person that I
direction
know.
in which I'm going is this way. Yeah, of course.
I can't even call it
Say
cheating 'cause
more,
I never really had nobody
Marcus.
serious.
Marcus, get
Marcus,
out of
I
there.
didn't have a lot of.
Hold her, grab him, hold
I didn't
her.
have a lot of serious
dang, this is my
relationships with
stop.
your angels. I didn't have a lot of serious relationships. Like,
Oh, you got it together when you got with Angel.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
Of course
my
he
own
did.
time.
Yeah, that's
Everybody else
because
was just
Angel was
fleeing.
Amani.
She was in
what
the
you're
4
not
year-
going to
yeah.
do.
Right.
She was in the 4-year relationships, not me. I was doing a maybe
Oh,
a
you were
year.
in long-term relationships.
I did long
Yeah,
term. He
not
was
I.
in. Let's not define this. That's what.
And they were like, "Cool." Well, all right, ain't no.
Oh, yeah, barely cheat.
What I
That's a
wasn't-
barely cheat.
What I wasn't
Yeah,
doing
full
is
cheat. That's a
lying.
tip
I was
in.
just like, "Hey, it is what it is."
Tip and cheat.
That's a tip in chin, full shaft.
It's a yes, no.
No.
That's like a double dutch. I don't even know. It just slipped in the coochie.
Hey, let's not complicate things. Let
I
me
can't.
tell you what we're gonna do. We're going to eat this food.
But yeah, no, I don't know why he felt like he needed to bring that part
part up.
up.
Because
Like,
she probably don't even know it. Like,
Yeah,
that
she
in the
do now.
conversation they had.
Yeah. Oh, it's in now.
She
Yeah.
know now.
I was like,
I feel
why
like
would
that stuff always comes up though. In these relationships.
it does, but I'm like, this is again, we still on day. I think this is the morning after that he's meeting with the parents. Like that stuff that you and your wife can have a conversation about later on down the line. To like lead with that with the parents. Yeah, I mean, we didn't make it. You know, it was toxic. She cheated. I cheated. I'm like, you didn't have to. You didn't have to
You
give
just
all
kind
that.
of
You could have
divulge
stopped the
everything.
toxic.
Yeah.
You didn't have to define it.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
The other thing about them, though, that I appreciated is the conversation that Amani and Woody had after the fact.
Absolutely.
And Amani be about that life. So
She
what we're
do.
going to do is have a conversation about what they just told me. But the fact that he was also able to like immediately be like, I've gone through therapy and able to like find out the reasons why I was acting out and I had anger issues. Like I felt like that was a point of like, maturity.
Yeah,
Therapy,
absolutely.
man.
We be needing it.
I am the biggest proponent for therapy.
Well, it sounds to me as if Woody has done that internal work to show up better.
But see, the thing is,
Okay,
though,
tell us.
about that, you have to do that, but then you have to. So, how do I phrase this? Knowing that about yourself is one thing.
Sure.
Identifying it is two things.
Sure.
But not doing it again is the
Again.
third thing.
Absolutely.
Because if it's your second nature, you act the way you've always acted.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And
have
it's
to fight
hard
against
to
it.
like stop that and adjust in real time a lot of times, because that is almost like how you respond.
This is what I'll say about Woody. That's giving me like a little bit of like, Woody is a showman.
He is.
So he knows the things in a way, like all the things to say.
Yeah, he
like
does.
all
Yeah,
the things
everything
to
was
do.
textbook that he was saying to other people.
Yes, this whole entire time when he talked to the dads, when he's talked to her, it's all the things that someone kind of wants to hear, other than the cheating thing, wants to hear.
Right.
So a part of me is just kind of, while I know this is a part of who he authentically is, a part of me is still waiting to see like who he is when the show is over.
Once
Yeah.
he gets
Right.
comfortable.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the only thing. Because every time I'm like, he's really comfortable talking to
Yeah.
the family. He's chill. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm ready for a monogamous relationship. There's
He's
no
an
like,
extrovert. He
Yeah.
likes being around people. He likes talking to people. All the shimmying. You don't shimmy in the bathroom by yourself. You do that in front of a bunch of people.
Right.
you
He
so
can't seem to
silly.
stop.
And also, you know what, Angel, you just brought up a good point. What happens a lot of times is the first day or two or first 3 days, it's heavy camera time.
Yeah.
And then when the cameras go away, then the people start to become themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And then when the cameras come back, it was like, okay, off
No.
camera,
Yeah.
he was tripping.
Yeah.
And that might be what happened.
No, or when they start getting comfortable around these cameras, like when they
That's
go
the
on
other
these
thing.
honeymoons, and it's just like the camera's off in the distance, and you want
Yeah.
to go left, I want to go right, and it's like, why you keep you acting stupid?
Right.
First of all,
Right.
yeah, it's like that's when the
Yeah.
camera they don't even they're like, no, we're gonna hang back here, stay back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. So that's the only thing about Woody. Watching him, I'm like, this dude knows how to put on a full-blown show.
Right.
Yeah.
And he knows how to do it and not be like, a lot of people, you could see that they were kind of nervous talking to the
Right,
parents.
right.
Like, I don't know you all, but, I'm trying to get you to
Yeah.
understand. He was like, with the dads, I want to call y'all pops. Like, it was a lot of like,
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
but
he's the
that's-
greatest showman on earth. I'm telling
That
you.
would be me on that show.
yeah, Angel's mom was like, Marcus, you was never nervous about meeting me or talking to us. Well, I was like, nah.
Marcus
Granted, I
doesn't
wasn't putting on
care.
it. I do care.
Marcus
I just know that you have to accept me for me or not accept me.
That's what I mean by you don't care.
Man
Marcus
just said
is also Greg.
I don't care, but I care, but I also don't care.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't realize that means you don't care. You're like
my
wherever you are.
my brother-in-law is
Brother-in-law.
like that. Yep, Melanie's husband is exactly, and he's from Georgia. He got that kind of southern. He'll charm. He's sweet. He's polite, but also he be like, listen, it is what it is.
Exactly.
And I am who I am.
That is how I
People are dying. It is what it is.
Yes, literally. Greg is Donald
A
Trump.
little bit of death.
It is what it is. Listen, I don't mean it like that. But he really is just like, this is who I am. I'm really I'm not going to change. Like,
Yeah.
I just am who I am. So you can either accept it or not.
Right.
That's kind
I
of what
only
it
know
is.
how to be me.
Yeah, that's Greg all day.
Bless him. Bless him.
And that could be a good or a bad thing.
Angel's
Yeah.
like, oh God, yes, he does.
It can
Really
be.
does.
It's a good thing because I know what I see is what I
Exactly.
get.
You're always authentically you.
It can be a bad thing when it's just like, but you could have some growth in this area. And he's like,
grow?
nah,
What do I need to grow for?
yeah.
I'm
And then
6'5".
I'm grown. We grown. I'm grown.
I got bills to prove it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
them bills
Now,
coming.
the
Your name
people that
bold.
the people that I accept now that I didn't used
You
to.
have had growth, honey. That did, but it took some while. I was just like, no, we gotta
Yeah.
shave off some of these
Yeah, you
edges.
gotta
At
let-
least
You gotta
one.
water this plant. Let the sunlight get to it. All right.
All right. Anything else? I think we've gone through all of the couples.
I gotta go.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah,
I
I think
love
this
the
next one's
resort.
gonna be-
I can't wait to see.
I want to
it.
go out of town.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, "What's the
I'm
name
not
of this
going to
resort?" Because when life opens back up,
I know.
No, was that
FaceTime
in
me,
Mexico?
you know?
yeah, we're in
Yeah,
Mexico.
they were in Cancun, Mexico, at a lovely resort.
We had a
That
good time
resort
in
was dope.
Mexico.
That
I was
resort
eating
nice.
cheeseburgers at 8 a.m. last
That
summer.
Mexico
in
resort was
Mexico.
amazing.
Yes.
That resort they had is dope.
Yes.
Like, it's
We should go on vacation together.
I had that thought. I was literally like, man.
It made my neck
She
tense
does.
up. Hold on.
I said, man, Marcus and Angel would be fun to go on
we would have
vacation
fun
with.
to vlog
Yeah.
an adventure. Would
I
be fun.
literally
We
said
have-
we
we-
should
we
go
have
and
fun
Josh
on
should
Joshua,
shoot it.
oh, you're gonna shoot it, Joshua?
Josh is like, I
come
need
on with it.
vacation.
The bald and the tanks and the ain't. You almost say have you say that. The bald and the beautiful could be doing couple stuff. We could be doing adventures.
I'm here for it.
I'm
Bald
here
and the
for it.
beautiful.
yeah, we could
Cancun.
review resorts.
I have friends that got paid to do
Come on
it.
with it, y'all. I'm
I
like
have
all
friends
about
that
it.
get paid to do
Yeah,
it.
honest review of a
Be
resort.
travel bloggers.
Yes.
Vlogger,
Didn't I tell you last year I said I
Look.
want to do some more travel vlogs.
Delta.
Hold on, we gonna wait till after camp. I'm gonna talk to y'all what I told her yesterday. No, for real. I'm all for it.
Studio.
Yeah. We here
Oh.
for it.
Okay, so what we gonna do?
Listen, I keep hurting my neck with y'all. Oh.
Every episode of this that we have
Family
done,
meeting
my
now.
eyes have been juicy every single time. 'Cause y'all, oh my god.
Laughing.
Talk about it. Come on, Kim.
Conference room, 5 minutes.
Slam the door behind us so they know we serious.
Oh my God.
This is the end of the episode. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Hopefully next week's a good
Y'all have a good
episode
one.
too.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Appears a
Where was
team.
the food truck at?
Hello.
We'll show you out.
I was about to say you can't see it because they gotta edit
I'm
it out.
so hungry. That
I'm too. My
Mexican
stomach's
food,
growling.
And it's right here.
Y'all
It's
want to split
right
this
in
burrito?
my nose. That thing is like, no,
I'm
I
so
want
sorry.
fresh hot. I don't want cold.
Well, they're hot. You might have to wait a couple minutes. You're gonna have to do this half.
The acetaminophen.
should
I'm
make an
sorry. I
oxtail
would have got y'all
taco.
food, but I know that, you know, you
Well, I
supposed
mean,
to be
obviously we're
cooking.
not that close.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be
friendship.
cooking.
You know
because
what?
the friendship would be like, oh, I'm at this taco thing.
Yeah, because I was
Do y'all
like,
want
do you want to
anything?
ask them? She was like, I ain't worried about
Oh,
them.
so
They get
you
their own
thought
food.
to ask, Marcus?
As if you believe that.
Wow.
Kevin.
Josh,
Kevin, come on now.
remember when
I
we threw her
didn't-
under the bus for the ad? Well deserved.
Oh, it's-
Well deserved.
I'll be ready.
Tell us more.
I don't want to anymore.
You done started talking now, Kevin.
I thought therapy was just, for me, my real dad this.
Right.
And how that affected me. There was so much more that is, I talked about this on the podcast the other day. There's so many more blind spots that I feel like a therapist can see very clearly
Sure.
and are so necessary for the development of your character overall. And it's not always my real dad, my birth order. There's more stuff to it than that. And I see how you could, like, therapy, even if you were a cheater, a serial cheater, I feel like if you weren't, therapy can help identify why you act in a way.
Right.
And then if you can, now when it's happening, you can identify that and be like, I would normally do that because
Sure.
of this. Like, even like a lot of people, this is a cliche in movies, right? I push people away because I get hurt, right? But you don't always see yourself pushing people away. You just end up doing it.
Right.
So a therapist can say, hey, where did that come from? How did your parents do? And a lot of times it's how your parents acted or your older siblings. And now you can acknowledge, okay, this is where I would normally push somebody away because I'm feeling like they're starting to love me.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
what therapy does for people. So I can see that changing you. If you committed to that process.
Yeah.
And it'd be dumb in there sometimes. I'd be like, my therapist would be like, do dumb stuff. And I'd be like, bro, this is so dumb. She'd be like, the one thing I just want to say is because it's funny, but it is the worst experience. She'd be like, what is little Kevin seeing? Go back into little Kevin. And I'd be like, I'm a baby. Nobody pick me up. This is dumb. And I'd be like, girl, this is dumb. I have to just stop. I can't think of anything else but how dumb this
You're
is.
acting
Right.
angry. First of all, I'm not angry. You are angry.
I'd be like, bruh, stop making me do this. I can't think about anything else. And she like, lean your head back and think. And then I fell asleep one time.
Oh, now that I can see
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
I'm
Can't fall
tired.
asleep
I'd be
entirely
like,
too
no,
easy.
I can't lean back and close my eyes. I forgot what the question was. I'm in the bed now. It was kind of cold in her office. I was like,
You're like, I'm done.